So guys, this Babangida's recent confession has ignited a firestorm of debate. Many people criticizing Babangida over his recent, confession. A critic, Odunkalu, centered on Babangida's failure to provide corroborating evidence for claims made in his book, particularly regarding the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, widely regarded as Nigeria's freest and fairest poll. The activists argued that Babangida waited until all the members of the 1993 Armed Forces Ruling Council had died before conveniently portraying himself as a passenger in the decision. According to him, he's a victim of history and all of that. So they accused Babangida of exploiting the silence of the dead. You know that this thing you did was wrong. You did not say it since. You did not make your confession since. You waited until all those persons who witnessed the event had passed on before you come out and make your confession. So many persons have been criticizing Babangida's recent confession and all of that. Even the daughter of Abiola's daughter had made comments where she reacted to the comments made by General Ibrahim Babangida. She also welcomed the confession, and she also noted that MKO won the election and now the matter can be laid to rest. Even Omoyele Sowore had also, took a sweep at Babangida for the launch of his book, which according to him, they falsely blamed General Sani Abacha, another wicked dictator, for the annulment of the June 12 election. And by doing so, he's painting Sani Abacha in a wrong light. Why didn't he say this since? Why didn't he make this declaration since? Why is it that he's making it now? That Abacha cannot be here to defend himself. Don't forget that Babangida was said to have killed journalists like Dele Jiwa and other persons via parcel bomb in 1983. How several military officials and some other persons were also killed during this coup d'etat, and how a lot of persons have really suffered, So Sowore, according to him, noted that people will not buy this story, that it's not all Nigerians that will buy this story. And the thing is, some Southerners, that's the Yoruba people, are not really saying much about this. I mean, according to some persons, Nigeria is truly exhausting. They waited until Abacha died before launching a book, before writing a book, and how is it that Abacha is going to tell his own side of the story? That probably by now, Abacha would have been rolling on his grave due to what is being said about him. That why would he wait till this time before he made such a statement? So we are talking about history. I mean, Babangida has definitely opened old wounds that have never healed in the first place. And now this has got so many persons talking. I mean, what happened June 12, 1993, and all of that. So my country people, make una come shook mouth for this matter. IBB's confession that MKO won the election was not a new deal to Nigerians. What's really making people to talk is the blame for annulling the election. How the blame is solely resting on Abacha. How Abacha is not here to give his own side of the story. But as time goes on, I guess more people will still, tell their own story regarding what happened during the June 12th. A lot of people are going to come up in the nearest future to write about June 12th. Some are saying Adibin Abacha was alive, or Adibin Abacha was alive, that the story wouldn't have been this way. IBB wouldn't have painted the story in this manner. He would have painted it in another way different from what we are seeing now. But he's not alive, and dead man do not speak. Dead people don't defend themselves. So this is just it, this is just it. So my country people, a lot of persons actually raised the funds for this book launch. The likes of Dangote, Tinubu was present, Jonathan was present, Abdul Salam was present. In fact, all the past leaders of Nigeria, including the military leaders and the democratically elected leaders, were all present. The former Ghanaian president Nana was also present, and other persons, and they made donations, huge donations to IBB's book launch, to the tune of billions and billions of naira. So this book, is indeed a controversial book. The book is titled A Journey in Service, and it was launched in Abuja. And this book is the autobiography of IBB. It also detailed the results of the 1993 presidential election, how MKO Abiola won the elections fair and square, and how the elections was annoyed afterwards. So this is just it, my country people. So many persons are saying IBB should apologize to Nigerians, for the annulment of the June 12th election. That IBB must tender an apology to Nigerians, that Nigerians deserve that apology, that he ought to have made an apology, rather than reflecting the incident on his book. He ought to have made an apology that Nigerians suffered pain and agony. Several lives were lost during that annulment, and all he has to say is just to write a book, and that is it. He ought to have tendered an apology, that Nigerians deserved an apology. Some are saying, IBB should be jailed, that he must go to jail. People are demanding for justice, that he had to pay for Abiola's loss of the presidency. The likes of Sowore, they are demanding justice, that justice must be done, that had it been Nigeria was the same country, they should all be in jail. Abdul Salam, Abubakar, IBB, and the rest, that had it been this country was the same country, these guys and these political figures must have, would have faced some legal consequences for their actions. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.